Sir, like, do you believe that this is the perfect time to test the viability of mediation? In the sense that, as we know, that lockdown has been in India, the lockdown has been further extended till 3rd of May. There have been reports and articles saying that people might lose their jobs. There are going to be issues regarding, as you rightly said, employment issues. Should the management consider mediation, and more particularly, is it the right time for remote mediation as everyone has to maintain social distancing? Second, or should they wait for the courts to reopen? I'm asking this question from the point of view of both management and employees.
Very interesting. First and foremost, I will start by saying that this is the right time for mediation anyway, whether offline or online. Okay. Unfortunately, physically sitting together in mediation is not possible, at least till the 3rd of May, and it may be even beyond. And in fact, given the fact that we need to flatten the curve of the infection, and things will have to take time to settle down, social distancing should be and shall follow a life of its own for many more months to come. So my first answer to this question will be mediation is the right way to resolve many of these, not just serious disputes, but also, I won't call them petty, but they are certainly not very complicated disputes where huge principles of jurisprudence are involved. Okay, this is the right time to do it. The second part of this question is about the form and platform of mediation. Well, it is true that even when the courts open, the courts will also be subject to social distancing norms, the kind of overcrowding that we see in courts. In fact, in many of even in the higher courts, whether it's the Supreme Court or even the high courts, courtrooms are cramped. There are hundreds of litigants. 40, 50 cases are listed for hearing before each judge. That kind of an atmosphere shall not continue and cannot continue. People will have to wait their turn. There will have to be enough waiting rooms, etc., etc. So therefore, even when courts open, online forms of even litigation shall become the rule rather than an exception. So far, we have heard about virtual hearings only, when there were in criminal cases where a convict could not be brought from jail because of security reasons, etc. But in fact, now it will extend beyond that to all kinds of commercial cases. Travel from one part of the country to another would be difficult, discouraged, and discouraged not only by the state, but also by the families of the people involved. So therefore, and it's not necessary that all litigants are at one place. So therefore, if I was to answer this question, I would say mediation people would prefer, because it will be the shortest way of beating the queue that will get built up in the courts. Number one. Number two, online or virtual forms of dispute resolution will become popular, whether in a court, whether in arbitration, or whether in a mediation, purely because of the sheer inappropriateness of logistics involved in any physical process.